So there's a pretty entertaining one about a wife who's losing her mind because her marriage of 18 years is crumbling because her husband has recently found out through an unexpected source about her past. You're going to see that initially, when they got together, he was a virgin, that he wanted to wait till marriage for his own reasons, not religion, and she said that she only had the you-know-what one time. Well, as it turns out, throughout high school and college, she had many partners and lovers and all that. And he finds out, and of course, well, things aren't going too well. And it goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, you must always be open and truthful, because one way or another, it will come out one day and will come back to bite you in the you-know-what. Title: My husband just found out after 18 years of marriage that I lied about my S-word past, and it's crumbling our marriage. You brought this on yourself, honey. She says, my husband and I have been married for 18 years and have 4 children. He comes from a strict religious background and was a virgin when we married. I was not. Yeah, definitely not. Although I told him I was not a virgin, I lied about being a one-time drunken mistake in high school. I was S-word active with many partners during high school and college. I even had a one-nighter and a very typical college experience of having fun and being a bit reckless. I like how it's downsized, a bit reckless, you know. I think there were many one-nighters and friends with benefits and all that. There could have been group activities for all we know. We have a very good marriage and almost never fight. He is an amazing husband and provider and partner. And you knew this when you got together with him. Here's the deal. She was a carousel rider, got it all out of her system supposedly, and then when she was ready to settle, found a nice guy, a virgin. What a deal for her. And he obviously was a provider and loyal and believed in the type of marriage that she now wants, and lied through her teeth about the whole thing. I mean, what the hell? This is awful. However, while attending a recent wedding, he found out through some old friends of mine that I lied about my S-word experience and past. It always comes out. This led him asking lots of questions about me coming fully clean. His heart is crushed. His whole demeanor has changed. It's like the life was completely sucked out of him. Lady, I wouldn't be using the word sucked ever again, especially about this type of subject. Of course it was, because he realized his whole marriage to you was a lie. That you lied about something that was so... Don't you think it was really important to him about, obviously, he saved himself. Yeah, his family was religious, but this was his choice. He wanted someone that he could be just for her, and she could be just for him. And you said, okay, he had one night, it was a drunken mistake, he let that go. But at finding out that you were the carousel queen of your college, yeah, that's going to be very disheartening and hurt him. He's thinking, what else is she lying about? Were there other things going on? We were married. It's reasonable. The love and passion for life, his career, and his family, and for me, has disappeared. He is depressed for the first time in our marriage. He feels most hurt over 18 years, I never let him into that part of my life. I was ashamed and worried that I would lose him at the beginning due to his religious beliefs, but after a while, it just didn't seem to matter. Yeah, you didn't care. You decided you were selfish and you were going to do what's best for you and didn't give a shit about him. That's what you did. And it will always come back. Always. We were happy and it was the past. He feels like our S-word connection, one that he thought was being learned together, was all pretend, a lie. It wasn't. Yeah, it was. You weren't learning and exploring new things for the first time with him because you had done them with Chad and Tyrone and Julio and anybody else you can throw in there multiple times. I love him and we created something special, even though it wasn't my first doing in the S-word X. It was the first time together, but he believed they were first for both of us. I know I messed up but by not telling him. I know I should have been honest up front, but I was young, immature, and afraid to lose the best guy I'd ever met. Let's see, how old are you? You're 41, you got 18 years, 20. Okay, you were 21 years old. Believe me, you knew darn well the difference between right and wrong and lying and making things up and everything. Like, you knew, come on here, I want to hear I was young and immature. No. The trust in our marriage is shattered. You shattered it, honey. How do I help him see that I am sorry, that he can trust me, and that those past experiences don't mean anything to me? Yeah, but they mean something to him. And the fact that you're saying just how so much of not of a big deal it was to you only reinforces why you weren't right for him to begin with. How do I try and help him erase images of me being with other men so we can have our intimacy back? So lost and heartbroken by my actions, help Reddit. So I'm going to read that again. How do I try and help him erase images of me being with other men so we can have our intimacy back? Good luck, honey. You obviously don't understand what it's like to be a man. You know, a lot of women, I'm sure many of you are aware of this, that there can be the type of guy that all the gals like, who all the gals typically hook up with, the Chad and Tyrones, the guys that see it as a prize. They know darn well that he's hooking up with all these other girls, but they want a piece of it, and they're hoping to lock that guy down. They don't care as much as guys do about their girlfriend or wife having multiple dudes. Just different ballgame, because to guys, high numbers is not a... We don't want that. That's not attractive. That's not like I got the prize. No, it's the exact opposite. And a guy is never going to get those images out of his head, ever. Hopefully he's never met any of these dudes. She didn't really elaborate. Was she at this event and met some of the old lovers? I don't know. Or maybe her old college friends were drunk and let it out. Who knows? He's not going to get over it. The best thing she can do in this situation is when he asks her questions, be 100% honest, no matter how embarrassing or hurtful it is to her, to be 100% honest with him. And maybe he might give another chance. But you cannot pressure him. You not give him a hard time. You can't do anything. That's the only way you're going to have a chance. But he may just say, you know what? How old is this guy? He is 39. He's got plenty of life left in him. He can have quite the life if he wants to. If he decides to end it with, that's his business. And if you want to thank him or do something to show you're sorry, then you give him a very, very civil and amicable divorce. Will she do that? Probably not. But that's all I can say. But this is why, guys, you got to be honest. And this is for both men and women. Guys, you got to do the same thing too. You got some skeletons in your closet. You got to tell your girl if you're going to get married, it ain't right. And also, it will come back. And when it does get out, and it will, it's going to be 50 times worse than it would have been in the beginning. And yeah, he probably wouldn't have married her. But you know what? He had that right. So, guys, perfect example.